Hey, Andy.
Oh, yeah?
Have you ever gone round to your friends' houses and thought, hey, I'm not allowed here because of coronavirus?
No, because I've been locked in my dungeon for the past 2 years.
Wow. Okay. That doesn't look like it's changing anytime soon either, does it?
No, it doesn't, no.
When you could go round,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever go around and go, do you know what would be really cool right now?
Yeah.
Is rather than those awesome multiplayer games on the Switch, particularly the Switch is actually really good for multiple players, like 4-player games, or the PlayStation. How about we had a console that played really old arcade games? Like, I'm talking like Centipede,
And
Atari
Pong.
old,
Yeah.
and Pong.
Yeah.
And we could all play that on a touchscreen controller.
Wow.
Have you ever felt like that?
I've had that specific thought, like that.
You have?
That like the exact precision, like, is amazing.
Wow. Well, in that case, Intellivision are back with a bang, a £250 bang as well,
Wow.
with their Amico console. For those of you that haven't seen it, it's like a combination of mobile gaming connected together on a big screen. A little bit like if Nintendo had a console that you could attach multiple small controllers to and all play small games on. I don't know. Have they got something like that?
It's a bit.
Have they? Oh. So basically, Intellivision have made the Nintendo Wii U
Yeah.
with old arcade games.
And you know what it kind of reminds me of as well? Like, it's a little bit Dreamcast-esque with that little
Yes.
tiny like screen that like popped into the controller. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's almost
Yes.
like a NES mixed with a Dreamcast with a splash of Wii U. Like, mix all them together and you've got this weird Intellivision
and with
thing.
the game quality of arcades in the mid-80s.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah. For
It's just like
250 quid.
40-year-old games.
Yeah,
For 250 quid, it seems very reasonable.
yeah.
Their launch, I watched it, the video anyway, and it had the founder guy talking for ages about how great they are, which is always good when you can talk about yourself
Yeah.
and how great you are and your team is.
Yeah.
And all the great games they've worked on in history, from Toe Jam and Earl to Earthworm Jim. It's like,
All right, yeah.
and Disney's Aladdin on the Mega Drive. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. Totally irrelevant now, but cool. I'd like to tell people I worked on those games. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
It's not relevant in any way
No.
to today's games industry. But anyway, okay. And how Intellivision was the first, I think it was the first 16-bit game console before the Mega Drive came out, and then obviously subsequently the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Again, cool. Kind of irrelevant.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it. Like, that's such a niche market. Like, it really is. And for 250 quid, I mean, I've seen Doom.
Too expensive.
I've seen Doom run on a calculator. Like, an actual calculator that's probably £5, £10 for a calculator, and you can play Doom on it. So, like...
Brilliant.
So, if you're going to pay 250 quid to run, like, Pong, which is probably, like,
Yeah.
a game that needs kilobytes, like, you know...
Yeah, literally.
To...
probably less than 128.
probably less than 128 kilobytes, exactly. I don't get it. Like...
The one thing that's good about this is that it will release... It'll probably flop, and the price will crash.
True.
So I'll probably pick one up.
Yeah.
For like, I would pay 80 quid for it.
Yes. That is
as a novelty.
Yeah, as a novelty item for some nostalgia, like weekend. You know, maybe once every couple of months, kind of jobby.
Yeah.
I would totally pay 80 quid.
But then, when you consider the market, when you look at the retro remakes or re-releases, the market is actually pretty crammed with like little rehashes of games that you can plug into your telly on tiny little like plastic bits
and they're
of crap.
really cheap.
Really cheap. I bought a double dragon one the other day for £7 new.
Yep.
in game.
Yep.
Just because I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. £7. Yeah, sweet. So I don't know what they're aiming at. You can get the Atari one, actually, can't you? The Atari Flashback, that's what it's called. And I think that's like £70.
Yeah.
Crammed full of the same Atari games that are going to be in this. So the only difference they're hoping is that the multiple controllers thing is what's going to sell.
Yeah, it's the multiplayer aspect, isn't it? With dedicated design, like, you know, it's their whole like, oh look, we've made something specifically for a certain play style. Like that's what they're trying to aim at, because the games are nothing new.
Can I break some bad news to them?
What's that?
It's not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Just no.
The Nintendo Switch, Nintendo have that part of the market so well covered. If you want high quality casual games, if you want high quality multiplayer games, but also the ability to play old retro multiplayer games with more than 2 people, 4 people, whatever, how many of people you can you have up to 8 on the Switch? Or was it 4?
4 locally. I think it can go up more like via online.
Yeah. So they've already got it covered.
Yeah.
And they've got it covered at the same price, £250. And you have then the option of a current generation console that you can play all of the current generation
anywhere
Nintendo
you
games
want
as well.
Anywhere you want. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The open goal, if Intellivision wanted to do something, would have been just to rehash their games and put them on the Switch.
Yes, yeah. But
that's already been done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even Nintendo Online, like when you buy the Switch Online thing, you get all those old NES games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I thought that was cool, and then I opened it once.
Yeah. I mean, the only way I'd play it is by buying those dedicated controllers, the NES controllers, which you can't get a hold of at the minute because you can only buy them through being like a member by, you know, having a member account. And because of the whole we're leaving the EU thing, it's currently unavailable to ship to the UK, but it will go anywhere else. So, yeah.
That's annoying.
Yeah, so... But that's the only way I'd play them personally, just because I don't find like you need that retro controller to play it. So with this Intellivision thing, I don't know how it's going to feel playing retro games on some newly devised controller pad.
So it's
like,
did you see the controller?
Yeah, it's like a weird touchscreen thing with like a big button on the bottom.
Touchscreen. Yeah, you got tiny buttons on the side, like the side of your phone.
Oh, I didn't
like
see the side buttons. Okay.
And you've got I can only describe it as a jog wheel.
It's an iPod. Like old school iPod.
Yeah.
It literally looks like an old iPod.
The iPod had a jog.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like an old school iPod, you're right. And that had a jog wheel and a screen.
Yep.
It's like that, but the screen's a full colour touchscreen. Intellivision, I like your ideas and all, but because I like retro games, but get in the sea.
Yeah, nah, it's not my thing. I'll keep an eye on it, but meh.